Thrilly, Dilly, what's up?
What's going on?
Hey, appreciate you for joining. It's an honor.
Oh,
Uh,
come on. No.
no, man. Hey, I've been following you for years now, man. Ever since
Yep.
Pittsburgh State. So,
Awesome.
yeah. Let me do my little intro, and we'll get going, man.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. My name's Tyler Milbert. I'm here with Jimmy Preston, aka Thrill Ride, aka Absolute Savage, aka Daddy.
That's right.
And this is inside the mind of an athlete. Hey, so I'm gonna call you Thrill Ride this whole time if you don't mind.
You can call me whatever you want, dude.
All right, man. Hey, so correct me if I'm wrong, but Daddy came from when you became a father.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it is. It is.
Has it?
You know what it is? It's the whole one-man thrill ride character. It's inappropriate. It's rated R. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
It's a sexual innuendo, right? So
Yeah.
I'm a type.
Right. Well,
Wrestling's, obviously wrestlers are athletes, but it's the entertainment business too. So
right.
it's weird. It's like when you're in the ring, you're an athlete. When it comes to like your success in the business, it's more like the entertainment industry. So
Right.
I'm very character driven.
Right.
You know?
Well, you do it well.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, but let's go back to you just growing up.
Yep.
I'm obviously you're an athlete. You played sports. You went to Fitchburg State.
Yep.
To play baseball. So how did that all come about?
I got into baseball super young. My dad, baseball was just huge in my house. Like my grandparents, my grandfather passed away a while ago, 2013, right as the one-man throw ride thing was about to take off, actually. Then my grandmother, was still alive, is a diehard Red Sox fan, watches every game. So I was just always in my house. The Red Sox were always on. My father was a player. And my dad was a young dad, so he played in the park league until he was in his mid-30s. So I would go watch him play, and it was just ingrained in me from a young age. I literally, my second birthday was on tape, and I was in a full Red Sox uniform, hitting lasers. So baseball was always a huge part of my life. Baseball and wrestling were my two true loves.
Okay. So, how did your career at Pittsburgh State go?
You mean in terms of like success or like on field stuff?
I'm going on field.
We had a good program when I was there. I played for Coach Pete Egbert, who's like got to be like a 10-time collegiate coach of the year for his conference. His team, Misericordia University out in Dallas, Pennsylvania. They're consistently in the regional tournament. They've been in the College World Series recently, Division III. But unbelievable coach. Learned a lot from him. I was a 2-year captain there. I was the team's, I think, offensive player of the year my junior year, the team's MVP my senior year. I was all conference player a couple of years. That's stuff, as I'm 36 years old, it's really about the memories of, hanging out with some awesome friends, unbelievable times, guys that I'm still friends with to this day. And, you learn a lot from being a college athlete, even if it's the Division III level. It teaches you a lot of, I guess, the life lessons, and what it takes to be successful outside of sports. So that's kind of what I took from my college experience. I mean, my videos, I like bragging about hitting 400 and stuff.
In your sleep.
Yeah, in my sleep. Today, who cares what I hit at the Division III level? It was more about, I think I learned how to have like a real serious work ethic.
Right.
And that came from, Coach Egbert and the program that he laid forth there. And so grateful for my time at Fitchburg for sure.
Yeah. I know 2 kids right now that go to Fitchburg State currently playing the baseball team. They've also followed you, so they were kind of excited when I got you to join on. But why Fitchburg State and what other colleges were looking at you?
So it's my junior. Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about this today because it relates to my wrestling career. But I struggled my junior year. It was funny. Like the first 7 games of the year, I think I was hitting like 700. So, like I was ripping the cover off the ball, and then I went like one for my next 30. Like it's such a short season. So like I didn't have a great junior year. So I kind of went, and that's your big year to get recruited in baseball because you've already made your decision by the time your senior year rolls around. So I wasn't really recruited much. I didn't showcase well. I was short. I was slow. Lefty. like, you know, my senior year of high school, I hit like almost 500. You know what I mean? I led the league in hitting and everything. I was the best hitter in the league. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I played, you know, Legion ball, great program, Foxborough Legion, home of the Page. Are you from the Boston area?
You know it, buddy. Fenway Park. Let's
I
go.
played for Billy Travers, who was a all-star for the Milwaukee Brewers. We had a team that was loaded with all college kids. I had a really good season, but it was like, I went to Fitchburg. I chose Fitchburg. The only ULowell, I was, you know, great program in the NE10 at the time. I was thinking about that. You know, UMass Amherst, which I'm glad I didn't do. Northeastern, which I'm glad I didn't do. And, you know, those are the state schools. Like I knew I wanted to go D3 because based on my 60 time, you know, my height, the fact I was left-handed, it was like, I'm probably not going to play professionally, but I'm a good enough player to win some baseball games and have a good experience. So D3 was the move for me. And Fitchburg, I heard that this new guy, Pete Egbert, was taking over the program, and Fitchburg was like the laughingstock. Like they'd won like 4 games the year before. His first year there, he took him to the conference tournament for the first time in school. And then my freshman year, we broke the school wins record, won like 25 games. So that's why I chose Fitchburg. I knew I was going to be playing for a great coach.
Nice. Love it. So a lot of people know you for your alumni game, right? The video.
Yeah.
So what we don't know is how did it go?
Yeah, a lot of people ask, like, we won that game. It was like the first time we ever did. And I didn't play great. I mean, I think we won 8. They beat themselves. You know what I mean? It was like errors and stuff. And I just knew we had a chance to win, which is why I did the video, like joking around, just because we had a bunch of young guys who were coming back to play. Yeah. And no disrespect to the program at the time, but we had known the program kind of went south. And the guys we're going to be bringing were good players when we were competing for championships. You know what I mean? So, like, and they were, like, kind of laughing at us when we took the field, like, because we were kind of like I was like 26, 27 at the time. I'm in the prime of my life, like, and I'm like getting loose on the on-deck circle, like, you know, like donut, my bat weight on. And I look over at the bench, they're laughing at me, like they think I'm taking it seriously. I'm like, bro, there isn't a guy in that roster who's gonna get a fastball by me right now. Like, I don't know. You think this is bad? You're about to get beat by the old men.
Right.
That's kind of what happened. But you know, you always root for Fitchburg. They're my alma mater. I think they made the tournament recently. I know COVID screwed everything up, but
yeah.
You know, I always pull for Fitchburg. Good memories.
Yeah. I'm from just north of there. I'm from New Ipswich, New Hampshire. It's about 20 minutes north. And then my dad and my mom are from Pittsburgh. So
go up to New Hampshire to get the alcohol.
Yeah, everyone does. Everyone from Mass hops right over the border, right on 31.
State line liquors or something, right? It was like $9.99 for a 30 rack. That's not what being an athlete's all about. But
no, I got you. All right, so so you said baseball and wrestling was your life. Now I'm assuming you wrestled in high school.
I didn't actually. Football and hockey.
Okay.
My winter sport. Baseball was my game.
Right.
You know, football, I grew up playing. I used to play both ways growing up, and then midway through high school, I kind of quit just to focus on baseball. And I played at Mansfield High. You know, at the time, it was us and Everett were the best 2 teams in the state. When it's like we lost 1 game in a 5-year period. It was my senior year on Thanksgiving. You know, loaded program. So when I took time off, they were like, "All right, you're gonna be a special team guy and float in at line." Plus, my buddy Johnny was like a D1 scholarship quarterback, so eventually he would have beat me out for the job.
Gotcha. Really so now your thrill ride, you're a wrestler. How did that come about?
So you mean like the one-man thrill ride character or the whole wrestling thing?
A little bit of both, man. A little bit of both. Because like you said, the character kind of comes with it. So I guess just getting into wrestling, how do you get your foot in the door there? And then obviously when you become a wrestler, you get that character. So
the real story behind it was after my senior year of football. Wrestling was huge when I was in high school. So I was like class of 03. That was like Attitude Era. It was like Steve Austin, The Rock. You know what I mean? Yeah. Wrestling was beating Monday Night Football on the ratings. It was cool, you know? Coolest thing on television. And I wanted to do it since I was like 9 years old. Like I just loved pro wrestling. And I was a senior in high school. I just finished football season. I was in real good shape. And I remember I wore the Stringer tank top because I was trying to get recruited. And I was sitting front row. And sure enough, that's what happened. The promoter from, at the time, it's not Pro Promotions now, but it was Yankee Pro Wrestling at the time, was like, hey, you ever think about doing this? I was like, yes. And two of my friends who I did backyard wrestling with, because that's what we used to do
Yeah.
back in the day, because wrestling was huge back then. People forget. And, I did my first like battle royal my senior year. I wrestled for about a year out of high school. And then my college baseball, Pete Egbert was like, look, Jim, you got your whole life to wrestle. You got 4 years to play baseball. So
Yeah.
my focus was on baseball until then. And then after college, I got trained by Spike Dudley, who spent, had a 20-year career in the business, had 5'8",
Right.
pounds, like unbelievable trainer, like he totally understood it. And that's when I kind of got more formally trained, I would say, and started working more often. And that's when I was starting to get in really good shape. The one-man thrill ride character is always a funny story because I used to follow Dwayne Johnson, and I knew that how he came up with his own material was he had his notebook, right? And he would keep track of all these catchphrases and jokes and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so I started doing that for myself because I knew I wanted to be like The Rock. And I came up with this idea of the one-man thrill ride. And during my senior year of football, I did this poem because I told you I stopped playing. So
Right.
I had to go up during the talent show during football camp with the sophomores. And I was on last. That was the main event. And I did this poem about how, because I wasn't good with girls in high school, even though they all thought I was handsome at the time because I had hair. But I never did well with the girls. I was afraid to approach them. I'd get feelings. I'd get my feelings hurt.
Yeah.
I was a beta. I didn't get it. As a kid, But I wrote a poem about how by the end of the year they'd be calling me the one-man thrill ride. You know what I mean? So they were busting my chops because I was so bad with girls. So that's how the one-man thrill ride name came up. And then I didn't start the character until I came back when I was like 27 to wrestling.
Okay.
I was just having fun, and I started doing these old school promos, and then the alumni video happened, and it was like, all right, I guess I'm doing this gimmick now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I haven't looked back since.
Yeah. Well, look who's laughing now, right? Sitting at almost 100,000 followers and all your social medias. Look at you.
Yeah, but that's my. I always say, like, it's funny. That doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. That's what I've learned. It's like right now I'm kind of focusing back on wrestling, and my audience is like they're predominantly Barstool followers, and they're like, hey, what happened to your old content and this and that, and I want to see you screaming about the gym and doing this and that. It's like, dude, I don't want to do that. It's like I was a pro wrestler, man. You know what I mean? It's like I'd never wanted to do this, create videos so I could get a bunch of people to follow me. And I told you my silent protest is I don't follow anyone on social media.
Right.
You know. I follow Bill Burr on Twitter and Pete Frates because Pete Frates is an inspirational figure, and I knew he really loved my videos. I had one of the early ALS bucket challenge videos when it was starting to go viral, and it went on Barstool. Everybody, that was one of my favorite wrestling promos. I had a 4-way match, and I was one take on the fly. I roasted 4 guys, pouring buckets on my head. So I've never unfollowed Pete, even though rest in peace. And then Bill Burr was one of the first celebrities to like reach out to me and tell me I had talent, and he's a genuine, humble, really good guy. So, with somebody that successful and somebody who's that talented, gives you the nod. It's like, all right, I like him too, so I'll follow.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like I don't believe it. I think social media can be toxic at times, and so I don't do it for the followers. And that's I love entertaining, and performing. Being an athlete, that's what I'm into. So,
well, then you're in the right business.
That's right. Best business for that.
Where's the WWE stand in your future?
So inside the mind of an athlete, what I've learned is you don't talk about your goals. You grind in silence to show me results. So that's my mindset right now with wrestling. COVID was really hard on a lot of us. Like for me, I know it affected me mentally. It was the first time I was living by myself in a long time. And got locked down, couldn't go to the gym, couldn't go to shows. I didn't realize how much wrestling did to help me with my mental health. And my friends have just saw me since I've gotten back into wrestling. And they're like, dude. And like the A&E documentaries, have you seen any of them with Steve Austin and all that? Yeah. Unbelievable videos. Sort of got my juices flowing. It's like, and my friend's like, dude, you were, he's blowing smoke on me. Like, dude, you're the best professional wrestler in New England. It's like, you got to give this one more run. It's like, you're not too. So give it a shot. Now it's a little different. When I was close, it was 2015. WWE was the only show in town. And when I didn't get a contract, I kind of let it affect me. And I had a good job. And I was like, I'll just do it for fun. And I haven't really tried to get a job since then. So there's different places to work now. You got Ring of Honor, you got All Elite Wrestling on TBS or TNT. I think they're switching, but they're the big time. They pay guys really well. WWE, there's like MLW, like I said, Ring of Honor, Impact. So there's tons of places to go to make a living and never quit. You know what I mean? If you got a passion in life, never quit, because it does a lot for your personal fulfillment and your mental health and your well-being. So I'll be involved with wrestling forever, even if it's just coaching. Like, I still train twice a week. I go down to the PAL Hall in Fall River and train. And now I'm older and I'm training kids that are 16 years old. And I know when they're there, I'm there to help them not only learn the correct way to apply a side headlock and, have a good match that makes sense, but make sure that they're staying out of trouble and, they're trying to be a positive, like, mentor for them. I've been fortunate lately, which is one of the reasons I've kind of tried to push in wrestling, is I have mentors now. They're in their 40s, you know what I mean?
Right.
And they're the ones that are telling me, Jimmy, you gotta push pedal to the metal and try to get a contract. It's like, you're a good professional wrestler.
Right.
And the majority of my followers, they know me from Barstool, like the Rough and Rowdy baseball videos. A lot of my fans aren't pro wrestling fans. You know what I mean? Which is good, because it means I can bring in a mainstream audience, a different set of eyes on a product, which is good.
Right.
But they don't necessarily appreciate when I focus on wrestling. But again, I don't care about social media.
Right. Yeah. It's about you.
It's about
you don't do it for them.
And my little guy.
Yeah. Right. How's that? How's being a dad?
It's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the biggest reason. My son's my inspiration to keep pushing to be a pro wrestler. It'd be pretty cool if, like, his dad was a WWE superstar. You know what I mean? I thought, I'd want to coach him and stuff growing up. Obviously, if that type of thing happened, I'd be on the road an awful lot, and he'd have a different type of upbringing with his FaceTime and all sorts of stuff. But he inspires me to. His dad didn't quit. I wouldn't, give it a shot. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I don't want his old man to be a quitter. So my son's inspiring me to leave it all on the line. And I'll try not to get emotional.
Hey, I hear you. I got a 4-year-old and I got a 3-week-old right now. So
3-week-old?
Yeah, both boys. Yep.
Oh, you're sleeping, man.
Not sleeping. I told my wife, I was like, I got 2 hours last night, and she's like, well, you're the one that wants to do all these podcasts and stuff. I was like, but this is what I love, so it's fun talking to people.
Because I'm about to start one myself. So
love it. Well, if you ever want something on it, let me know.
That's right, man. I'll bring you on.
But yeah, that's awesome. One thing, or not one thing, but these Thrill hats, man. Like, I don't know what it is about the vibrant orange, but do you sell them? Are they for sale? If so, where are they?
They will be on OneManThrillRide.com soon. I actually have a call with my my website guys.
Okay, good.
Like an automatic fulfillment thing. I'm not a website guy. That's what stinks about being like a content creator. It's like I can't do the website. I'm an entertainer. You know what I mean? I'm a wrestler. Like, that's my skill set. My skill set isn't putting a website together. Like I keep getting messages. I keep getting an error message. I'm trying to buy. I don't know what to tell you.
I got you. Like, I'm the same way. Everyone says, well, why are your podcasts on Instagram Live? I'm like, because I have an iPhone. I don't have anything else, man. This is what I am. This is what I do, and I make the best of it. So
yeah, it still works.
But, yeah. Hey, I gotta ask you about the Rough and Rowdy fight.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously you're good with bar stools, but how did the Rough and Rowdy fight come to you, and just how was that whole experience? Minus the loss. We won't we won't talk about that, but
there's some things I can't go into a lot of detail. For me, it was an opportunity to get some exposure, make some money. My dad was a boxer, and I remember when he told me, I was like, I was in your boat. My son had just been born. I was up all night. I was in terrible shape. I wasn't even wrestling at the time. And they're like, hey, Rough and Rowdy's in 5 weeks. We want you to be in the main event. And I'm like, dude, I've never, outside of high school messing around, I've never really boxed.
Right.
I've never fights. I'm always over a chick. But, I was a grown man at the time. And I'm like, I don't know. And then they're kind of explaining it to me and everything. And I'm like, how about you introduce me? I'll do like I'll be a special guest or backstage guy, and then I'll do the June show. And they were like, no, it's now or never. And I'm like, all right. I was like, I'll do it. And I called my father up. He's like, oh my God, terrible decision. He's like, you can't even get in shape in 5 weeks for a boxing fight, let alone learn how to box. He's
Right.
like, dude, you gotta. But thankfully, I got a good trainer. I worked my ass off, and I think it came down to cardiovascular conditioning. I think I would have beat the kid if I was in better shape.
Yeah.
Kid was 20. He was 10 years younger than me.
Okay.
So, and he was a freaking house. I watched the fight back. It's like, it was sloppy. I didn't box well, but I didn't quit. I didn't look like a pussy. Excuse my language, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a good experience. I got some exposure, but it brought in a lot of eyes on, like we're talking about on social media, that they're not even wrestling fans. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I want you to like do your own content and scream, and oh my God, over, dude.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but yeah, like them loving that content, I understand it because that's what got me following you. But
Right.
also moving forward is something you're clearly doing, and from the looks of it, it looks like you're doing well with it, and I wish you the best of luck going forward. Right, I'm out in Phoenix now, or Gilbert, but so when you're in the WWE and you come to Phoenix, I'll be there for sure. So.
Phoenix is like my favorite city. Well, I like Scottsdale a little bit better.
Yeah, Scottsdale. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Arizona was like my favorite place to go. I used to be in enterprise sales, and I had the West Coast, and I went out to Arizona. It's such a great area, man.
Yeah.
It's my type of people, number one, and number two, the weather. Even though it's hot, it's dry. Although this time of year it's probably hot as hell. But
well, we've actually had the last week we've had 4 rain days, so it's been like mid 70s, but the humidity has been. So it's reminding me of back home because I'm just like, this is miserable.
Yeah. I loved Arizona. Great area.
Yeah, for sure. Real quick, let's just hit, if you don't mind, just your gym routine. Like, what's your pre-workout? What's your post-workout? Do you drink anything during your workout, or?
It's actually a great question because like now I'm taking the gym a lot more seriously. I'm trying to get in the best shape of my life. We have a big show coming up. Mid-Hudson Civic Center, there'll be 5,000 fans. Where Macho Man Randy Savage made his debut. So big house, there'll be an iPay-per-view. Some of the biggest stars in professional wrestling are going to be on the card. So I'm trying to get shredded. So working my butt off. Pre-workout, I take. It's actually, the brand is called Savage. It's like got a lot of caffeine in it, a lot of beta-alanine. I drink a branched chain amino acid energy drink. It's way less caffeine, so I drink a lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
But I drink that intra. So during the workout, I drink the branched chain. So it's like 2 scoops of the BCAAs into the water, and it's delicious. And it's a little sweetness. So I do that during. After, I might have a protein shake, but I prefer to eat. Like, I don't do more than 1 protein shake a day. I don't believe in that. I think you got to get your protein from like natural foods like chicken and beef and stuff like that. Gotcha. So that's sort of where my head is at with supplementation. Creatine, I think, is a good supplement. I take that when I'm trying to cut. And now that I'm getting older, I've been doing different dieting things where it's like I do intermittent fasting. So I have like a 4-hour feeding window a day. It's like really small. I eat 1 meal a day. But once I get down, after this week, there's going to be a ton of cardio this week. The next 2 weeks, I'll be back on more of like a bodybuilding diet to thicken out. But like this week, I'm doing like at least an hour. I ran 100-yard sprints at my old high school field today. I got to leave after this podcast to get in my lift, and I'll do an hour on this. I'll do 20 minutes on the stairs, and I'll do an hour of jogging and running on the treadmill. So,
gotcha.
Then sauna, which is good, and then I do like my splits, like a functional bodybuilding split. So, it's a bodybuilding type split, but there's 1 lift in every body part that's like a functional lift.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. Buys or chest? Which one's your favorite to do?
Chest.
Yeah.
Delts are my favorite body part. Right now, it used to be chest when I was younger because I was good at it, and then I kind of got hurt as time went on. But like bench used to be what I was good at. Like I could do my senior year of high school, I did 365, totally all natural. 190 pounds. Like if I should have competed in weightlifting.
Right.
I was blessed genetically. My dad was a freak on the bench. You know what I mean? He weighed like a big dude, much bigger than me, 6 feet, but he would like rep 365, no juice, like just a strong dude. So
Jeez.
I've been chest was my gifted body part. I can always bench a lot compared to like guys. Legs, not so much. Legs are my weakness. My dad too, we get the skinniest calf muscles. It's like we're all big, and even the quads are fine. And it's like you look at the calves, and you're like, thank God I'm wearing wrestling boots.
There you go. All right, Jimmy. So I'm just gonna end it with when that Thrill hat gets when it's live.
OneManHat.com. Let's get it up by the end of the week. I'll take responsibility if it's not up. But
yeah,
it's a pleasure coming on for sure.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And that hat's coming to me because I wear snapbacks backwards. Yep. Had to throw on the Fenway because you're obviously from the City of Champions, which I also got champion on. So
that's right.
Once again, I appreciate you coming on, man. Guys, my name's Tyler Milbert here with Jimmy Preston, a.k.a. Thrill Ride, a.k.a. Daddy. This is inside the mind of an athlete. All right, take care, Thrill. Thank you so much.
Shout out to my exes. Better.